Welcome to my channel Let's Learn. Today in this video I'd like to demonstrate how to perform man-in-the-middle attack, which is also known as MITM. Before we move ahead, please go through this disclaimer. The main objective of this video is to demonstrate how man-in-the-middle attack is performed by the intruders or hackers. Let me first explain you what is man-in-the-middle attack. To simplify it, I have drawn a small picture or network diagram over here. Here you can see a victim machine, then attacker machine and a server or a gateway connected on the same switch, which means the attackers should be on the same network as that of victim machine to perform man-in-the-middle attack. Here in man-in-the-middle attack, attacker will listen to all communication that is happening between victim machine and server or a gateway. To make this possible, the attacker will perform ARP poison attack on both victim and server. In this way, once the ARP poison is successful, victim machine which sends packet to server will be received by the attacker, and the server which is sending packet back to the victim will be received by the attacker or intruder. For this video tutorial, you need to know about ARP, Address Resolution Protocol. What is ARP? ARP is also known as Address Resolution Protocol. It is a communication protocol used in computer network to map an IP address to a physical MAC address or physical address. In IP network, devices communicate with each other using IP addresses, which are logical addresses assigned to each network interface. However, data is actually transmitted over the network using physical address known as MAC address or Media Access Control address. The ARP is used to resolve the mapping between these two types of addresses. For example, in Layer 2 communication, that is, when we talk about OSI Layer 2, the hope-to-hope communication between the devices happens as a result of MAC address. To know more about this ARP protocol, I have a separate video on this. Please click on the card above and go through this video. On your computer, if you want to check what are the ARP caches that are being made by your computer, you can simply go to the command prompt and type for ARP space -A. In this way, as it is shown on my screen, you can see that there are different internet address, that is IP address, which has been mapped to the physical address. So that means if my computer has to send a packet to destination address of 192.168.1.64, then it will be sending this to the physical address of the computer as listed here. Further, we are going to use different platform and tools to perform this video tutorial. We'll have a hacker machine as a Kali Linux. We'll use our Windows 7 operating system as a victim machine. Here, as I have already mentioned, the requirement is both Kali Linux and Windows 7 should be on the same network. And further, you will use Net Discover tool to know the IP address of our Windows 7, that is victim machine, and the gateway. Also, we will use a tool called EtherCap. It is already available on Kali Linux. You can search it and find it. Now, without any further delay, let me take you directly to the demonstration. Now, let me show you how to perform man-in-the-middle attack and sniff the credential that is inserted by the victim machine on one of the site. For this, I am already inside my attacker machine, that is Kali Linux. And further on the side by side, I have started my Windows 7 machine. First of all, let me go inside my Windows 7 and go to the command prompt. Then I will perform ARP-A. Let me maximize this. You can see it, ARP-A. Also, let me full screen it. Switch. You can see ARP-A. If I perform this, I can see there are some IP addresses, that is the IP address of gateway and its physical IP address. Here is the IP address of the gateway, and the physical address it has. Then also I can see my Kali Linux machine, that is the IP address of the Kali Linux is 10.10.10.5, and the MAC address or physical address of Kali Linux is as written here. Now let me go back to my Kali Linux. I'm here inside my Kali Linux. I will go to application. I will go to sniffing and spoofing. Then I will go for EtherCap graphical. I am going to use this tool as I've already mentioned you. First of all, I have to authenticate it. Once authenticated, it will ask me on which interface would I like to perform the sniffing. I have only one interface, that is ETH0. I will perform the sniffing over here. For this, I will acknowledge it or accept it. Then after that, I have to scan for the available host on this network. Let me go here. Then I will go to host. Here I can see scan for host. Click here and give it some time. It will scan on the network on which Kali Linux belongs. And it has shown me that there are 4 hosts that are currently available and that are added to the host list. Let me go back to this 3 button. Then I'll go back to the host. Then I will click for host list. It will provide me the list of hosts that are alive. Here I can see 10.10.1 and 10.10.10.8. This is the IP address of my Windows 7 computer. First of all, I will go to the gateway. I'll go to the gateway. 10.10.10.1 is my gateway. Then I will add it as my target 1. Then I will go back to 10.10.10.8, that is Windows. Then I will add it as my target 2. Then once I have added both of them as a target 1 and target 2, right now it is time to perform ARP poisoning attack. For this, I'll go to this menu, MITM menu. Then I'll click here, and there are different type of poisoning attack I can perform. But for now, I'll go for ARP poisoning. Let me click on ARP poisoning. Then here it will also provide me additional parameters. I have to sniff the remote connection because I am going to capture the credential entered by the victim machine, that is Windows 7 machine. So I'll click here. I'll check this one and I'll click OK. Now it has started poisoning. If we go back to our Windows 7, then we can clearly see the result. If I go and check the ARP table of my Windows 7, I can see now the MAC address of my gateway is 080027C5169A. Here it is here. And the MAC address of Kali Linux is also same. That means now the Kali Linux has already poisoned the ARP table of my victim machine, which means whatever information I am sending to this IP address will be sent to this MAC address, which is the MAC address of Kali Linux. Okay, clarify you this point. I'll go to the browser. I'll go to one of the site which doesn't use HTTPS because HTTP is a plain text protocol. That means whatever information that is traveling through the network are in plain text. And if those plain text traffic can be captured by someone in the middle, then definitely they can capture everything, whatever is sent through this protocol. Let me go for this website. It is open. Here it is providing me the user credentials. Let me imagine that I am already the member of this site and I am trying to log into this website as a valid user. Let me use raju@raju.com and I will use something password like Raju ABC. Then I will try to log in here. I'm imagining that this is my valid website where I'm trying to log in and perform my job or perform different tasks. Let me go for login. Now, if I go back to the Kali Linux, let me go back to Kali Linux. Here I can see the Kali Linux has already sniffed the password that I have inserted here, Here my username is raju@raju.com and the password is rajuabc, which means through Kali Linux, we have successfully performed man-in-the-middle attack and we were able to sniff the credential of the victim machine. In this way, the attacker machine has captured all the traffic that is transferred between victim and the gateway. Thank you for watching this video. Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe my channel.